Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel again. I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, we'll be solving the case scenario 4 from the case scenario booklet for the CA final financial reporting subject. So request you all to grab a notebook and pen and solve this case scenario along with me. Also guys, I have created a separate playlist for this case scenario wherein I'll be adding all the videos related to the case scenarios. The link to that playlist has been added in the description below. You can watch it from there. Also guys, if you are new to my channel, I request you all to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. So guys, when you visit my channel in the playlist section, you can see there is a separate playlist for CA final exam. And there is also playlist for CA final auditing, CA final AFM, and also there is a playlist for this case scenario booklet where I'll be adding more videos by solving the case scenario questions. There is also a playlist as CAGPT for students. In this I have made some videos demonstrating different techniques in which you can use CAGPT while preparing for your CA exams. So please visit my channel and you can watch all of these videos. So first let's read this case scenario and then we'll solve the MCQ. H Limited is a globally diversified business conglomerate with operations spanning multiple business segments across various regions worldwide. For maintaining its financial record, the company follows Ind AS. As the finance team diligently finalizes the books of accounts and prepares the financial statements for the financial year ending on 31st March 2022, it requires insights and accounting suggestions on the following transactions. So, transaction number 1. H Limited holds 12% of the voting shares in Z Limited. Z Limited's board comprises of 8 members and 2 of these members are appointed by H Limited, casting significant influence. Each board member has 1 vote at the meeting. Transaction number 2. H Limited holds 10% of the voting power of G Limited. The balance 90% voting power is held by 9 other investors, each holding 10%. The decision about the relevant activities, except decision about taking borrowings of G Limited, are taken by the members holding majority of the voting power. The decision about taking borrowings are required to be taken by unanimous consent of all the investors. Further decision about taking borrowings are not the decisions that most significantly affect the returns of G Limited. Transaction number 3. H Limited is also engaged in the business of pharmaceuticals. It has invested in the share capital of Y Limited and is holding 15% of Y Limited's total voting power. Y Limited is engaged in the business of producing packing materials for the pharmaceutical entities. One of the incentives of H Limited to invest in Y Limited was the fact that Y Limited is engaged in the business of producing packing materials, which is also useful for H Limited. Since last many years, almost 90% of the output of Y Limited is procured by H Limited. Now that we have read out the case scenario, we will see the MCQ one by one. So question number 1. What is the relationship of Z Limited with H Limited? Option A. Z Limited is a subsidiary of H Limited Option B, Z Limited is an associate of H Limited. Option C, Z Limited is in joint arrangement with H Limited. Option D, H Limited has invested in Z Limited with no further relationship as subsidiary, associate or joint arrangement. So first we'll note down some facts relating to this case. So H Limited holds 12% of the voting shares in Z Limited. Also, H Limited has the right to appoint 2 out of 8 board members, giving it board representation. So these are the two important facts which are given in the question. So now we will have to analyze this according to the Ind AS. So according to Ind AS 28, that is investment in associates and joint venture, an entity is considered to have significant influence if one of the following conditions are met. That is, if it owns 20% or more of the voting power, or it has representation on the board, that is participation in policy making or influence over financial or operating decisions. So as per Ind AS 28, if one of these two conditions are met, only then it can be considered as an associate. So in the given case, even though H Limited owns only 12% of the voting shares, its board representation grants it significant influence, hence making Z Limited an associate of H Limited. So by applying these concepts of Ind AS 28, Z Limited is the associate of H Limited. Even though it holds only 12% of the voting shares, its board representation grants it significant influence. Hence, Z Limited is an associate of H Limited. Now we will see as to why not other options are applicable. So can Z Limited be a subsidiary of H Limited? No, because H Limited does not control Z Limited. That is, it has only 12% voting power and it cannot make unilateral decisions. Hence, because of this, Z Limited cannot be a subsidiary. That is, option A is not possible. Next, can Z Limited be a joint arrangement with H Limited? This is also no, as there is no joint control. That is, joint control requires unanimous agreement, which is not there in this case. Hence, option C is also not applicable in this case. What about no further relationship? This is also incorrect because H Limited does have significant influence because it has board representation which leads to significant influence. Hence, option D also is incorrect. Hence, the correct option is option B. Z Limited is an associate of H Limited. Now, let's see the second MCQ. Question number 2. What is the relationship of G Limited with H Limited? Option A. G Limited is a subsidiary of H Limited. Option B. G Limited is an associate of H Limited. Option C. G Limited is in joint arrangement with H Limited. Option D. H Limited has invested in G Limited with no further relationship as subsidiary, associate or joint arrangement. So now let's analyze as to what is the relationship of G Limited with H Limited. So in this case, though H Limited is holding less than 20% of the voting power of the investee, that is G Limited, H Limited's consent is required to take decision about taking borrowings, which is one of the relevant activities. Further, since the decision about taking borrowings are not the decisions that most significantly affect the returns of the investee, it cannot be said that all investors have joint control over the investee. That is, this is not a joint arrangement. Hence, as per Ind AS 28, that is investment in associate and joint venture, it can be said that H Limited has significant influence over the investee because H Limited's consent is required to take decisions about the borrowings, which is one of the relevant activities of G Limited. Hence, H Limited has significant influence over G Limited. Now we will see as to why other options are not applicable. So can G Limited be a subsidiary of H Limited? No, because H Limited does not control G Limited. It only has 10% voting power and cannot make unilateral decisions. Can this be considered joint arrangement? No, as there is no joint control. Joint control requires unanimous agreement, which is not the case here. Hence, option A and option C are not applicable. How about option D, that is no further relationship? This is also not applicable because H Limited has significant influence over G Limited because for taking decisions about borrowing, which is one of the relevant activities of G Limited, H Limited's consent is required. Hence, H Limited has a significant influence over G Limited. Hence, based on this analysis, the correct answer will be option B. G Limited is an associate of H Limited. So guys, if you are looking for a simple yet powerful technique to boost your concentration, confidence and exam performance and also increase your marks in the exam, I have a magical switch word for you all. So first let's discuss as to what are switch words. Switch words are special words that act like mental shortcuts to reprogram your subconscious mind. They help shift your energy, attract positive outcome, and also improve focus effortlessly. So the magical switch word I have here is ACE. So this is the magical switch word we'll be using today. So why chant ACE? The word ACE symbolizes mastery, success and excellence. By chanting it daily, you align your mind with the winning mindset, helping you stay focused and perform better in your studies. So how to chant this switch word? Every morning after waking up, close your eyes and chant Ace, Ace, Ace and so on continuously for 5 minutes with full belief. And again in the night before sleeping, repeat the same for 5 minutes to reinforce positive energy. So you will be chanting like Ace, 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 so on for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the night. Also guys, remember, chanting this switch word alone won't make you pass your exams. Hard work, discipline and smart study techniques are the real game changers. You can use this tool to strengthen your focus. But make sure you are putting in consistent effort. So start today. Chant ACE with belief, work hard and trust the process. And the success is yours to claim. Now we will see the third MCQ. Question number 3. What is the relationship of Y Limited with H Limited? Option A. Y Limited is a subsidiary of H Limited. Option B. Y Limited is an associate of H Limited. Option C. Y Limited is in joint arrangement with H Limited. Option D. H Limited has invested in Y Limited with no further relationship as subsidiary, associate or joint arrangement. So now let's analyze the relationship of Y Limited with H Limited. So first let's note down some important facts relating to the case. So H Limited holds 15% of Y Limited's voting power, which is below the 20% presumption for significant influence. However, H Limited procures 90% of Y Limited's output, making Y Limited economically dependent on H Limited. The next point to be noted here is economic dependence can lead to significant influence if the investor has the power to affect financial and operational decisions of the investee, and the investee relies on the investor for major revenue. So in this case, Y Limited relies heavily on H Limited for business, giving H Limited significant influence over Y Limited's operations and decisions. Hence, as per Ind AS 28, this qualifies Y Limited as an associate of H Limited because of the economic dependence. Since Y Limited relies majorly on H Limited for the major portion of its revenue, because 90% of Y Limited's output is procured by H Limited. Now we will see as to why not other options are applicable. So Y Limited cannot be a subsidiary of H Limited because H Limited does not control Y Limited. It owns only 15% of voting power. Hence option A is not applicable. And also this is not a joint arrangement because there is no joint control. That is Y Limited operates independently. Hence option C is also not applicable. And how about option D? That is whether there is no further relationship. This is also incorrect as H Limited has significant influence due to economic dependence. Hence there is further relationship. Hence option D is also not applicable. So based on this analysis, the correct option applicable will be option B. Y Limited is an associate of H Limited. So that's it guys for today's video. We have solved the case scenario 4. I hope you found this video helpful. In case you found this video helpful and informative, please like and share the video and also subscribe to my channel for more exam related videos and strategies. All the best for your exams. Thank you for watching the video and I will see you all in the next video.